All right, guys. Today we're learning how to make the perfect matcha shot. So here's everything you're gonna need to have it all set up. We got the bowl where we're gonna make our matcha shot. We got 2 ounces of cool water. So we're not using hot water for our matcha. That's gonna burn it, make it more bitter. So we're just getting this from the tap. Cool, think lukewarm for any hot drinks. We're going cold water for any iced drinks. So you should have a measuring cup, 2 ounces, same one you use for your chai lattes. We got our whisk. It comes on this holder, so that's where we can store it. Make sure the whisk is rinsed after usage and is dry, and then we can store it here so it keeps its shape. Cane syrup, we're using that to sweeten our standard shots, similar to what you'd get at like a Starbucks. When we're ordering or when we're getting orders from customers, we do want to ask if they'd like it sweetened or unsweetened. We do recommend it sweetened. It's going to smooth out the drink and the matcha. But if they want it unsweetened, obviously we wouldn't add that into the shot. And we got our matcha and our ½ teaspoon scoop. We use Jade Leaf Matcha. It's one of the top selling brands across North America. And we use their ceremonial grade. So it's gonna be the highest quality matcha that you can get. It's something to be proud of and something to support or promote with our customers. So to make our matcha shot, we start with our matcha. For any tall drinks, we're gonna use 1 teaspoon, so 2 scoops of the ½ teaspoon. For any grande drinks, we're gonna use 1.5 teaspoons, so that'd be 3 scoops. So I'll just make a tall shot here. So I'm gonna take 2 scoops into the bowl. We're gonna go in with our water. We're gonna take our whisk. First, you're just gonna kind of pat it down, kind of get all the loose matcha off the bottom. And then we're going back and forth fairly quickly. Think kind of straight lines, W shape. We're gonna do this about 30 seconds, same time it takes to do an espresso shot. Kind of go around the edges, get all the matcha off the sides. What we want to create is a nice smooth matcha shot. Not a ton of air bubbles, so for the last 10 seconds, you can pick the whisk up off the bottom. Think about just getting the top of the matcha, kind of get rid of some of those loose air bubbles so that it's nice and smooth. We don't want it to be clumpy. We want it to dissolve nicely. Once that's done, we're gonna sweeten it. So we're going 1 pump for any tall drinks. We're going 1.5 pumps for any grande drinks. Another kind of 5 seconds there. And then we have our matcha shot, if you can see it there. So we're gonna build it in the bowl and then we're gonna pour it into our drink. So standard drinks, we have the Matchacano or the Matcha Americano. So we'd fill our cup with hot water first, leave enough room at the top for the shot, and then we'd pour into the cup to finish, same as our espresso Americanos. For our matcha lattes, we'd pour into the cup, we would steam our milk, and then we'd top, same as we do with espresso lattes. For iced, we'd grab our iced cup, we'd fill it with ice, fill it with their milk of choice, and then top it with the matcha shot. Get a nice pretty color, little stir before you hand it off to the customers. You can also get it dirty matcha latte, so that would be an espresso shot within. So we'd build the matcha shot, we'd steam our milk, we'd pour an espresso shot into the steamed milk, and then we would top the matcha in the cup with the steamed milk mixed with espresso. Those are going to be the main ones. You can do this with any type of alternative milk. It's the same build. And if anyone wants it flavored, they can obviously add the syrups. So if they want vanilla, hazelnut, whatever they like, we would add that into the bowl instead of the cane syrup. So we're not doing both. If they want it flavored, add the flavored syrup. After we're done, please rinse this off so it's nice and clean for next usage. We're gonna rinse off the whisk as well. If we leave it, it's gonna get moldy. We're gonna have to replace it more quickly. So make sure it's rinsed nice and clean. We can leave it either standing straight up to dry, or if we dry it off, we can leave it back on the holder for next use. So there you go, the perfect matcha shot for Rocky Point ice cream.